Hey guys, my name is Hannah and I would say let's have some fun today. Today I want to keep it really fresh, light and simple with you, and I want to talk to you about some new makeup releases. I do this because the most of the stuff you maybe already know, this is already out, or it's now no big news to you guys, because I always pick the stuff out that are really caught my eyes and I don't go slide by slide from Trendmood or anything like that. I just pick really out what I think it's worth the peak, you know? So if it sounds good and interesting to you, I would say let's get started. So the most things that are interesting to me are, in the moment, to be honest, eyeshadow palettes. So let's talk about them. The first one is from Juvia's Place and it's the Garden Collection. You have an eyeshadow palette, you have lip glosses, I think they are. Wait, I have to go to the Trendmood site directly to don't give you false information. Yeah, in this collection you have the glass glosses, you have a garden of Juvia's eyeliners, eyeliners you have. They're really colorful, it seems like, and you have the eyeshadow palette. And it's really fun looking, especially the eyeshadow palette is so beautiful. To be quite honest, when I first saw this one, I was immediately blown away by it because I love the colors. I'm a big fan of pastels and it has a really nice pastel vibe, and there are so many beautiful shimmers, and this is something that hit my nerve as well directly. So it's the perfect palette for me, and I'm not the biggest fan of black eyeshadows, or yeah, brown is every time really good, everything like that to deepen it up, but black I don't need in every eyeshadow palette, you know, it's a little bit overdone and it's not really a thing I'm looking forward to in an eyeshadow palette in the moment. So I'm really pleased with that as well, that there's no black eyeshadow in it, and I really like it overall. It's so beautiful looking. But the first thing that came to my mind when I saw this palette is BH Cosmetics, because it's just because of the format of this palette, you know. It has the same vibe as in BH Cosmetics palette for me. In the past I bought me two palettes from BH Cosmetics. I had the blueberry palette, the blueberry muffin palette, and I had the avocado toast palette from them, and I really liked those, but over the time I sorted a little bit out of what I really want and what I don't want anymore in my collection, and those sadly didn't make it. I gifted them to my sister because I really had those colors over and over again in palettes that I liked a little bit more than the BH Cosmetics ones, but those were so great of a formula, great quality. I had nothing against them, but yeah, I sorted a little bit out and those palettes wasn't on the top for me, so I don't have them in my collection anymore, but for the time that I had them, I really liked them. And this format is, yeah, reminding me a little bit of this new Juvia palette. Overall, I really like it. I really love the color story, and who knows, I bought me another palette not that long ago, and maybe today it will come to my doorstep. I hope so. And it's from Natasha Denona. I bought me the Zendo palette. I know it's really an older release from her, but I wanted this one for a longer time now and it was on sale, and so I bought it for me. And I have the goal right now that I don't buy me that many palettes in a year, or in this year I don't want to overdo it, so I really will sort out which palette I really want and which palette can wait. So this one was on sale and I wanted it for a longer time now, and I bought it for me, and I will definitely do a video. Just because it's old doesn't mean that there are plenty of people out there that have this palette and maybe want to see some looks with it. I'm aware of that. This is something that I really enjoy. I know this is not the content that the majority of people want, because the most people that are looking for makeup content want the new stuff, and this is not what I'm doing. So I really love to to give you some looks with my Zendo palette that I bought for me. I don't have it right now in my hands, but when I will get it, I will definitely do a video on that, and I will do a look with you together and you will see it more often. I like to use my palettes more often on camera and not let them get bad in my drawer. I really like to use all the palettes that I have, so this is more the content that I do, if you know what I mean. So if you like that, you are right here. I also buy me some here and now, the newer releases, but I'm a person that likes to think a little bit more about that and to process the release a little bit more in my head and to look if I have similar things to that and let it sit a little bit and then buy the thing or the palette or, you know, the makeup stuff that I want. But I'm not really someone that's rushing to get my hands on some palettes. It depends. Sometimes I am that kind of a person, but mostly I'm someone that's waiting a little bit. I don't have a problem to wait. Let's phrase it like that. Yeah, but I really love this Juvia Place palette. I can see myself pick it up one day, and if it's there I will pick it up, and I really love it. I really love the concept. I really love the summery flowy vibe that it's giving me, and yeah, I'm a big fan and I can't say any negative about it. You have also a little darker lilac shade to deepen everything up. You have a nice brown shade. You have a beautiful yellowy mustardy shade that I also really appreciate, and those glitters, guys, those glitters are looking beautiful. I'm really curious to see some videos about this palette and make my decision out of it, but right now I think it's looking really, really beautiful. And the other things, the glosses and the eyeliners are also really interesting, especially the eyeliners. The glosses aren't that interesting to me. I'm not really in the market right now to buy me some new lip glosses. I have so many. I have so many lipsticks, lip glosses, lip oils. Lip oils maybe not that much, but all the other stuff, you know what I mean. So I'm not really in the market for that. But the eyeliners are looking really stunning. This is also something that could potentially be on my wish list someday, because I think they are looking really stunning, really nice, really fun, fresh colors. So the next product, who would know? Pat McGrath. And I have to tell you, the name of this palette is the Mothership 10 Moonlight Seduction palette. Guys, I love those colors. I love those sparkly shades. It's looking really, really sparkly, really, really there. And it's looking sparklier than they are normally from her. They are really sparkly, but those are a step higher, if you know what I mean. So this is really exciting. I really like the shift of this reddish bluish one. I really love that as well. It's nothing new, but somehow Pat McGrath gets me with this shade. I think it's looking so beautiful. And also this lilac-y shade, they are all looking so stunning. It's really the perfect palette for me personally in the moment. I really like those type of colors. But here's the thing with Pat McGrath, like you all know, her palettes, her pictures are heavily filtered. We won't be sure how the palette is looking in real life until someone will get it first. And I know I won't be the person that will get it first because I'm from Germany and Pat McGrath needs a long time anyways to bring the palettes to your doorstep if you are living in the area of her warehouse. But I'm from Germany and I will wait even longer than that. So I'm not in the market to buy it right away, to be honest. I wanted it. I really wanted it. I thought about it to buy it right away. Especially when you are joining the waiting list, you know, you always get maybe 10% off or something like that. And I thought, yeah, why not? I want to have it. But I'm really glad that I had now time to think a little bit about it. And even though I think it's a beautiful and stunning palette and I love those colors, there are 3 mattes in there. This is also a plus, but I'm not that kind of a person. I'm not really caring about if it's 2 or 3 mattes in a palette, you know. I'm all about the shimmer life right now and it's not bothering me. It would also be okay for me personally if there was just 2 mattes in the palette and more shimmers. But I'm not mad about that there are 3, and I think for many people this is also a positive thing. But yeah, now that I thought a little bit more about it, I will wait a little bit longer. I will wait maybe until it's coming to Germany and buy it then. because here we also have so many sales and so many good deals, and I'm willing to wait, to be honest. I wanted it right away, but now I think it can wait. I really love it. I really love the vision behind it. But yeah, I can wait, and I want to see all the beautiful videos that are coming out with this palette. I'm really curious about that. But so that you know, I won't be the first one. Even though I would buy it right away, I wouldn't be the first one to get this one in my hands, so it's okay with that. But I'm appreciating it really, really much, and I want to do something like more the kind of videos where I try to dupe out some palettes that I'm really eyeing. Like, for example, the Isamaya palette. I really want this one as well someday because I think it's so beautiful, and I know now that I can buy it on Selfridges, and maybe I will one day. But I also looked at the color story and looked at my stash of palettes that I already have, and I really thought, man, I can dupe this palette out so easily, if I have to be honest, with my Pat McGrath palettes. Mostly with my Pat McGrath palettes, I can dupe this one out really nicely. Maybe I will do this. Let me know, but I really want to do this kind of content a little bit more, and I'm really pumped about that idea, so I really want to do that. So the next palette, again a palette, because I'm really palette heavy today, and I'm mostly eyeing palettes in the moment, to be honest, because this is my jam. And the other palette that I'm really eyeing is the Lightwork 3 Experience palette from Vanessa Myricks, is this one. And she brought out, I think 1 or 2 years ago, I'm not sure about that, she brought out this big palette with her beautiful duochromes, this really big pans in the middle of the palette. I think that those were highlighters, really interesting switching highlighters, duochrome highlighters. And now it's gone. It was a limited edition, and now she brought out again the best shades of this palette in a smaller format without those big highlighter shades. And this, I think, is more stunning and more interesting to me than this big one that she brought out, I think, last year. And it's looking so beautiful. I really want this one. I think it's a stunning palette, and this one actually would be something special in my collection because I'm a person that doesn't have that many duochromes or triochromes or something like that, or multi-chromes, if you know all the gist, all the chromes that we have on the market right now. I really don't have that many. I'm someone who don't really collect them, and I think this kind of a palette would be really nice to have a good grab of them and to have a nice collection, because here are so many different types of duochromes and they are looking so beautiful. I'm not sure if they are duo or multi-chrome, I don't know right now, but either way I think they are looking beautiful and it would add something to my collection, that's for sure. So I'm not against it, but it's also limited edition and I'm not in the market right now to buy another palette. So if it's gone, it's gone, and it's a little bit sad because I think the price, it's $80-something. I think it's nice for a duochrome palette because duochromes are really expensive. And this is $85. There are 5 multi-chrome pigments. Okay, there are multi-chromes or multi-chromes, and 1 chrome gel is in there, and 1 powder cream, and 1 holographic powder. Okay, interesting. If it's there when I want it, I will buy it, but I'm not positive about that because I think it will sell out really fast, like the other one did as well. So it's sad, but it's okay, you know, we can't have it all. But one day I will buy some more duo and multi and trio chromes, that's for sure, because I think I'm lacking in that really much. And I'm someone who likes to use something like that. So I'm not against it, and I really want to grow my collection in that direction a little bit more so I can have my fun with them as well. But it can wait, like I said, and I'm appreciating it from afar anyways, and it's a really beautiful and stunning palette. Okay, I don't really can find the name of this palette from Nomad Cosmetics, but it's this new palette that's inspired by the colorful gardens and market goodies found in the Provence. Comes in 15 vibrant shades from pink roses and red poppy to sunflower yellows and rich honey, Finished with a family of purples from soft lavenders to deep aubergine. Guys, I already saw some videos on this palette. It's looking so beautiful. It's really my vibe right now. I really love those pastel-y kind of shades, but with darker options as well in the palette. So it's really my vibe right now. I really love it. I really love the look, how it looks. I really love those bluish, steelish, grayish kind of shades. Those are really my jam. And yeah, the palette is looking so stunning. And I appreciate really the vision behind the Nomad Cosmetics brand. With this brand, I really associate fun, traveling, lifestyle, and those colors are always on point. You really can feel the destination in which they have been and in which they have traveled and everything like that. You know what I mean? So I really appreciate that about this brand. And this is really a stunning looking palette with beautiful colors. The embroiderments also, I think when I would have this palette, I would be really heartbroken when I'm touching them. When I'm touching the pants, and the embroiderments would fade away over time because they are looking so beautiful. Yeah, I really love this palette, guys. I think this is stunning, and I wouldn't be mad if I would have it in my hands right now. It's a beautiful palette. So the last thing is from Colourpop. I really didn't talk for a longer time now about Colourpop. So surprise, surprise, we will talk about them today. And this is the collection right here. And it's from this TikToker woman that looks a little bit like Marilyn Monroe. But I don't really watch her. But I think she's looking stunning and beautiful. And also is the collection. The collection is looking really beautiful, and those mini palettes especially, I think they are looking so nice. I don't know why, but they're giving me a really calm feeling, and they're really nailing it. So she really nailed it with her color choices, with the color arrangements, and the overall feeling that this collection is giving me. I'm really appreciating it. With that being said, I have all of those colors. I won't pick them up. Maybe one day when Colourpop will have one of their many sales, and it's okay for me right now to say, okay, again, a Colourpop palette. Didn't bought one in a long time, so let's do this. But to be completely honest with you, I think my next Colourpop palette will be again maybe Halloween release or something like that, because those are the releases I'm really looking forward to when it comes to Colourpop. I really like always the vibe of those collections. But I love this collection, I really do. I think it's a beautiful collection, and wow, I have nothing against it, and I would buy it if I maybe would live in the area and would live in America, and then I would grab it for me. But you know, for me Colourpop isn't that cheap because of all the costs that are coming on top of the initial price. So yeah, that's that. But I will buy me one day some more things from Colourpop and let's ship it here. And when the day will come, maybe I will put 1 or 2 palettes from her in as well, if they are available at that time. So yeah, all in all, I really appreciate it. I really think this is giving me the vibe that she's going for and that she's presenting overall. So really beautiful, and it gave me definitely a second look to this collection. Yeah, guys. I scooched a little bit more to the middle again right now. So this is the end of the video. It was a little bit faster because it's really hot today outside and I can't film for that long. I'm so sorry. But those are my thoughts on some newer things that are hitting the market right now. And yeah, those are the things that I'm eyeing right now, that I really consider to have maybe someday in my collection. Tell me what you are eyeing right now, if there are some new releases that you really want. But to be completely honest with you, the newer releases, most of the newer releases right now, I'm not really that into them. So it's good for my pocket, you know, I'm not mad about that, but in the moment it's really, I know the makeup market is a fast fashion thing for a while now, but in the moment I'm feeling it more than before, to be a little bit more honest with you. I'm feeling it a little bit more, like this fast fashion thing that they are doing right now. So maybe this is also a thing that's coming into play that I'm not that tempted with this newer releases. You know, it's good for my pocket, it's good for my drawer, it's not getting overloaded, and I can appreciate the things that I have right now. Yeah guys, but with that being said, I hope we will see each other in my next video, and I would say until then, bye.